Hello and welcome to the tutorial for the pre-written announcements in the AeroSys announcement system. So, if you've set everything up correctly, you will have something that looks similar to this, probably with your airport in the game as well. However, workspace, the AS announcement system folder with the README inside. In there, you will have a configuration, which I know you can't see right now. However, the configuration has very little to say for the pre-written announcements because it all happens within the server script service system. So, if you navigate into the loader system and then pre-written, you will find a default value here called AeroSys. This value indicates one pre-written announcement, so you can have as many of these as you want. However, due to GUI limitations, there could be that you can't fit more than, say, 20 in the actual GUI and announcement system. So, I've just put my properties here so you can see. So we've got the Explorer and then the properties. Properties are very crucial to have because that's where everything within the announcement will be. So, if you want to keep this, that is up to you. However, you can also change it. But all you need to do is duplicate it by Control D or duplicate, and you have yourself another announcement. So, the name of this value is what will be shown on the announcement system screen as the title, and if your config says has as.title match to true, whenever you load a pre-written announcement, this title will be put in the title field of the announcement. This is still changeable, so if you all of a sudden want to change it in-game before you send it, you can just press it, since it is a text box, and you can give it a new title. But yeah, so say we want to name this PE boarding. Just like that, it should work with spaces as well. If you encounter any issues, just open a support ticket. But then we see that in the properties here, we changed the name PE boarding. However, there's a value here because this is string value. That is because the actual message in our announcement will be here. So we need to write whatever message we want. So say I want to say, we have now started our boarding procedure for premium economy. Please make your way down to the gate immediately. We enter that and make sure that that is set, and now that message is what will be loaded into the message field. But then we go under the PE boarding value and you see some more options. The message script is not necessary to change anything, that is just how I load it into the system. It is also obfuscated, so you wouldn't really have any access to it. But the display time here is the crucial one, because under the display time you have a bool value called auto, and because the system has both auto and manual display time, you can turn this bool to true, which is it being checked, if you want the time to automatically be calculated based on how many words are in your message. And that can also be configured as to how many seconds it is to read a word in the auto settings in the readme. So as.spw is by default set to 0.5. However, you can set it higher. I used average readers databases to see how many words people read per minute, and then converted that to seconds, and that's how I got 0.5, or I got a bit lower because people read faster. But in case they don't notice it, you can immediately I lost it there. Calculate how many seconds to read. And if you put that higher, the automatic display time value will be higher. So if you have auto enabled, leave this checked. And then display time, this doesn't really matter at that point, but I'd keep this at 0 just for safety precautions. However, if you're planning to manually change the time, uncheck this and then give this a value, for example, 20 seconds, because that's how long it should be on the player's screen for. But yeah, I will for this one keep auto on. And that is pretty much it for the pre-written announcement. So, if we now test the system, let me move this over, which I should have set up correctly, and which does not work right now due to testing reasons. It will show up on the list. When you press pre-written on a frame, you will get multiple options. If you run out of space, just let customer support know, and I will try to raise the limits in a future update for the product. It's also worth noting that you should keep up to date with, keep up to date with what is the current version, and that is in the README next to Made by Avia team at the top, saying which version it is. I'm currently on version 1.0.0, in which changes may have happened since. But without anything else, you can delete and change however you want. However, you need to keep the layout the same. You need to keep the script in there so that it can automatically create these messages for you. If you have any questions, feel free to contact support by DMing the support bot in the AeroSys Discord. Or you can watch the setup video in which you're on one of them right now, linked here, but there's the setup video for the product here. And then if you're struggling with group idea and ranks, just go to these documents and they should help you. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the product and thank you for choosing AeroSys.